All right, so we got a lot to go over. One of the biggest things that has been talked about so far in the rest of the trial, covered the other half of today earlier, if you want to check that video out, says Heard exposed, because that's exactly what it is. He talks about what it was like being with her. Now, the most interesting part of the second half of the day has been when he talked about how he lost the tip of his finger, and I'm going to show you him describing that. But I want to go over something that he talked about that I thought was really, really messed up, and it's about the time where he wanted to detox. Now, one of the things he's talked about during the course of this is the one thing that he did get addicted to, which was opiates. One of the nastiest things currently in the country. A lot of people are hooked on them, and he got stuck on pain pills, which is unfortunate, but he did get off of them. And he talks about his detox time and how Heard demanded to go with him, bumping his sister only to withhold the medication to get off of it, to help get over that from him, which is horrible. How could you do that to somebody? It's almost like she wanted him to withdraw and go back to them, which is really messed up. That's sickening. She, of course, was also rolling her eyes like crazy and smirking the entire time. Pure evil. I hate to admit this, but that was the lowest place in my life. I had to say, please, may I have my meds? And she said no. I was begging, pleading, crying. Johnny Depp talking about begging Amber Heard as she withheld his detox medication. Would talk about having to take scalding hot showers to get like his mind off of it. It was really disgusting. Look how she looks while he's talking about it, trying to act sympathetic or something. Like, she doesn't human very well. So here's how I want to introduce this clip. Okay, he talked about he's going to describe losing his finger. I left the room I had locked myself into, went downstairs, and went to the bar. I was a wreck, a mess. I was shaking, so I went behind the bar, grabbed a bottle of vodka and a shot glass, and poured myself stiff shots. This is him relapsing back into alcohol because she was all over him. This is, of course, the Australian incident, which is where he lost his finger, well, the tip of his finger. And I want you to watch this. This is him describing it. But she did hurl a vodka bottle at him, I think one or two, and it shattered and took his finger. Listen to this.
So I stood up and I walked behind the bar, and there was a larger bottle of vodka, the kind with the handle, on it. I grabbed that and I went and I sat in my seat again. I opened the bottle and I poured myself a shot and drank it. Miss Heard was flinging insults left, right, and center, and she then grabbed that bottle and threw that at me. And the way that the bar was situated and where Miss Heard was. So if I could show you, so if this is the bar where the glass was and the bottles, if this was the bar and I'm sitting here like this, she would grab the bottle and she would go there. She went there. And so I was leaning like this in the chair, looking at her. First bottle went, then got the other bottle, shot, takes the second bottle, which was the larger one. I'm in this position again, and my hand is on the edge of the bar, like that, leaning over, the fingers like that, and she threw the large bottle, and it made contact and shattered everywhere. And I honestly didn't feel the pain at first at all. I felt no pain whatsoever. What I felt was, I felt heat. I felt heat, and I felt as if something were dripping down my hand, you know. And then I looked down and realized that the tip of my finger had been severed, and I was looking directly at my bones sticking out, and the meaty portion of the inside of your finger, and blood was just pouring out. And at that point, I think that I went into some sort of, I don't know what a nervous breakdown feels like, but that's probably the closest that I've ever been. Nothing made sense.
And that ending to that clip, it's, I believe him pretty much saying when he knew it was over, when he knew that the relationship was just, it was done for him. And it's crazy. Here's a couple more clips that tugged up. She reached up to me, grabbed the bottle of vodka, hurled it at me. It went past my head and smashed behind me. I grabbed another. Amber Heard was flinging insult, grabbed that bottle, threw it. It made contact. I felt heat. This is a wound of velocity, the Australian doctor told him, by the way. Now, he famously lied about this, and this is the problem that he's going to run into with her defense. And I like that he at least mentioned this, and this is what I long suspected, by the way, when it came to this, that he covered it up to save her because he loved her, and he didn't want that bad press for him. So he didn't blame her at first. He said, I lied because I didn't want to disclose that it had been Amber Heard that had thrown a vodka bottle and took my finger off. I didn't want to get her in trouble. I did not want to put her name in that mix. She probably would have been arrested by Australian police. And this is a crazy relationship. And I know a lot of people say you should have outed her, and it's easy to say, but when you love someone and you care about someone and you're in a toxic relationship like this, and you know, I kind of understand why he did it, and it was a bad thing to do, and it ended up screwing him in the end. But I think as this all comes out, you'll see that she did do it. And I think most of you know that she did do it. She's nasty, evil. And we have quite an interesting timeline that has happened here. It looks like the rest of the day is going to be getting all the way to the divorce and then up to the Time's Up letter. I'm going to catch you up with what's going on here because now we're at the poop bed, which is the end of the relationship, by the way. One thing I'll say about Johnny Depp, it didn't take losing his finger to leave her. It took her taking a dump on his bed or on their bed. But let's go through a little bit of stuff that I think is kind of important before we get to the poop bed. Let's talk about the finger, and then we lead up to getting close to the end. Just because I throw pots and pans, Amber Heard admitted to hitting, punching, throwing items on audio, but Johnny Depp is the monster. Amber Heard got her toes caught under a door while Johnny Depp was pushing it to keep her out. He knelt to check on her, and she kicked the door into his head. Amber Heard admits Johnny Depp flees fights. She clocked me in the jaw. And she also scratched him with her nails, too, in this picture. This was interesting, too. She gave him a knife that says, "Until Death XX Slim." Like, oh, is this some kind of cryptic thing? So I want you to listen to the audio as well as the audio being explained. So these audio clips are really interesting. You're going to hear those, and then he'll explain the audio as well. So listen to this, because I think this is really good testimony and evidence. Check this out.
Not to get you mad. It's not to get, it's just to get out of a bad situation while it's happening before it gets worse. In Australia, when we had the big fight where I lost the tip of my finger, at least 5 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms I went to
avoid talking to me, to
to
avoid
escape
working it out. That's
to
the
escape
problem.
the fight.
You don't escape the fight. You escape the solution.
No.
You escape the solution.
No.
You escape figuring it out. We cannot work it out if you run away to the bathroom every time.
Listen to me. Listen to me. A boxer can't go 12 rounds without a fucking minute break.
I'm not giving you a minute break. You do it at minute 3 at the beginning of an argument.
No. There are rounds, man. And when it gets too fucking hairy, the ref splits them apart or whatever. But all I'm saying is, you can't have a solution if the argument just keeps mounting and mounting and mounting and mounting. I fucking go into the bathroom and sit on the floor. Bam, 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 here you come. I come out. Fight, crazy, escalated. I split again, I go to another fucking bathroom or a bedroom or something. Knock, 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 bang, bang, bang. You kept coming to get me. Who fucking throws fucking pots and
Those are different. That's different.
fucking else at me.
That's different. That's one does not negate the other. That's irrelevant. It's a complete non sequitur. Just because I've thrown pots and pans does not mean that you come and knock on the door. Just because there are vases does not mean that you come and knock on the door.
Really, I should just let you throw.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that. You're putting words in my mouth and then making non sequiturs.
I'm giving you a situation.
No, you're trying to justify how you don't or do come to the door
No,
based
I'm
on whether I throw pots and pans. It's irrelevant.
No, I'm justifying how you seem to think that there's this cowardice in me that runs away and I don't fight for you.
And you're justifying that by saying I throw pots and pans? Okay, cool. Let's talk about everything you do wrong.
I'm not the one who... To Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in the
You're right.
fucking thing. And
You figured
in
it
the
out.
face. And you said, no, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I
didn't
watched
punch
you
you.
lie. And then
I didn't punch you,
and
by
then
the
I-
way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, you've been in a lot of fights, been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a close
You
face.
didn't get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are your toes?
What am I supposed to do? Do this?
How are your
I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you start...
You are such a baby. Grow the fuck up,
Because you
Johnny.
start physical fights?
I did start a physical
Yeah,
fight.
you did, so I had
Because-
to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You're admirable.
What was just played on the audio recordings was very much the tone and the aggression and the attitude and the need for a fight from Ms. Heard. That was, I don't know if that was some need for attention, but that was a sound that I had gotten very used to. The squabbling, the raising of the voice to to essentially excommunicate anything that I had to say about the situation. But then, and I do remember the that incident. I believe that's from the when I was in the bathroom, and I was in fact taking a shower, and this was in penthouse 3, and she came banging on the door, banging on the door, banging on the door. I didn't answer. I was in the shower. I couldn't deal with it. I didn't want to deal with any more of that sarcastic, demeaning, aggressive, violent, toxic spew. And so I was taking a shower and I didn't want to answer the door. She kept banging. And then I finally got out of the shower and I opened the bathroom door about just that much, just so I could have a good hold on the door in case she tried to burst in. And I was right, she did. Bathroom doors go in. She was pushing all her weight on the door, trying to get in. And I was pushing back because I didn't want to let her in, because I obviously didn't want the confrontation. She was not in the best of moods, you can hear. So when I was pushing the bathroom door, trying to close it, and was almost closed, she suddenly kind of yelped in pain. And she screamed out, "Ow, my toes or my foot or something." And so in that second, I thought possibly her foot had gotten caught under the door, which would, of course, not feel great on the foot or the toes, so I thought she was maybe injured. So I knelt down to have a look. The door was still, it was still pretty well about that much open. And when I knelt down on my hands and knees to look at her foot to see the injury, she kicked the bathroom door into my head. She kicked the bathroom door into my head, and I was completely taken aback by such a corrosive, horrific move. So I stood up, and I believe I stood up, and at this point the door was open. I stood up and I said, "What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?" And the next move was just a bang. It just she clocked me in the jaw, and that was another shocker.
How long after that did you start recording?
So that's where we are. There was a lot more, too. I can't include everything. I'm trying to get some good stuff that he says. The problem is that, this is a long testimony. So as I've always said, I encourage you to watch the whole thing. I'm trying to give you a breakdown of what's going on here because they are long, and I know not everybody can invest the time. So there was a lot of discussion about their fights. And I think the closest thing that he describes is when he kind of just bear hugged her to get her to stop doing this kind of stuff. But I want you to listen to this. This was really interesting. There was a point in the testimony where he was talking about how after this happened, during the claim of the headbutt, which is one of the incidents, she goes and says, "Way to go, Johnny. You broke my nose. You wouldn't let me see, so I tried to calm the situation all the while I waiting for her to dispense her Kleenex. When she dropped it, it was in the wastebasket. I realized it was nail polish." This is Johnny Depp on how Amber Heard faked injuries, and that's true. She took nail polish, put it on a Kleenex, and tried to say that she broke his nose. And that didn't happen. He waited for her to get rid of it and found a Kleenex with nail polish on it. Very, very, very interesting. Should have saved it, Johnny, to be honest. I don't know if he did or not. So here he is talking about getting hit on the head with a mineral spirits can. Here's Amber trying to fake some sadness. When he learned, by the way, in case you don't know, he had $650 million embezzled from him by his former manager, I believe. And instead of being supportive that day on Amber's birthday dinner, she decided to beat the shit out of him instead. You know, couldn't believe you would do this to me on my birthday. Amber Heard to Johnny Depp after he had $650 million stolen from him. She entered the bedroom while I was laying on my side of the bed reading, and she was rattling off on all the wrongs I had done to her, how unreliable I am, what a horrible person I was. When she didn't get a jolt out of me, she came to my side and she beat me. Would you like to get hit again? Hit me again? Bam. What's that good? Was that good? Would you like another? Bam. So here's the poop story. And it was really interesting when we got to this because this is where her name Amber Turd comes from. Here's him describing the poop.
It was a photograph of the bed, our bed, and on my side of the bed was human fecal matter. So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down there. My initial response to that was, I laughed. It was so outside. It was so bizarre and so grotesque that I could only laugh. So I did not go down there that day.
Mr. Depp, how was your mother's health during this time?
So far, they haven't showed a picture of it. I don't know if they're going to. But the reason that this is important is because this is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is what finally convinced him that this bitch is crazy and it's time to get the hell out of this marriage. We are done. See ya. He wanted to go back and get some things. I received some news as absurd and grotesque. I was shown a picture. Johnny Depp talking about Amber Heard pooping on his bed. It was our bed, and on the side of the bed, there was human fecal matter. I laughed. It was so bizarre. Then he went to go see his mother while she was dying. Amber Heard was, of course, abusing him. I did a video on that because I thought it was disgusting. And then he says, I wanted a divorce, but I wasn't going to cite violence. I wanted to end this thing with love. I approached Amber Heard with that. And then she ambushed him. She brought up the fecal matter on the bed and tried to blame it on the dogs. They are teacup Yorkies. They weigh 4 pounds each. That did not come from a dog. And then he goes on to the ambush and talks about how this is when she said she wanted to talk. She just wanted to talk about things. And yeah, that's not what happened. There was a whole story about Rocky coming in, burst in. That's her buddy who I can't wait. I can't wait for that testimony. Johnny Depp talking about May 21st. He knew something was wrong. He knew Amber Heard would do something, but he didn't realize it would be so bad. Amber Heard and Io, Telliot Wright, laughed about dropping a grumpy on Johnny Depp's bed, mocking him. Oh, that Amber Heard, hashtag Amber Turd. Rocky Pennington burst in, yelling, "Leave her alone, Johnny. I'm 20 feet away. She's on the couch." She starts screaming, "Stop hitting me." My bodyguards bust in. She was quite surprised to see them and yells, "That's the last time, Johnny." Johnny Depp on Amber Heard framing him. So basically, when he said he wanted a divorce, she got her friend there, and they decided to start the frame job. Quite the manipulator. Quite the manipulator. And more this comes out, man. She reminds me a lot of my ex from a long time ago. Just a crazy, crazy woman. There's still some time left in the trial. I'll cover that tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Tomorrow, I imagine, cross will begin. That's going to be a very hostile time. And I'm looking forward, and I hope Johnny Depp keeps his cool on the stand. If he reacts in a bad way to them and freaks out or gets angry, that's going to look really bad on him. So I hope he keeps his composure while they attack him. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.